Okay, well, this is going to be a very fun video to make because apparently people are leaking all of God of War Ragnarok. The boss fights, the storylines, every bit of it. Now, we're not going to be discussing the spoilers directly, but I do want to discuss this situation because it's certainly messy. What's up, gamers? DreamcastGuy here. Hi, hope you're having a great day. If you could like this video and subscribe if you haven't already, I think we can easily agree that God of War Ragnarok has got to be one of the most hyped games in all of 2022. Beyond the other AAA releases, beyond even the other PlayStation 5 exclusives, I mean, God of War Ragnarok has an incredible amount of hype around it. In fact, there have been multiple surveys now that have shown that this is the biggest must-have PS5 game. People are actually buying a PlayStation 5 just for Ragnarok, because while it may also be on PlayStation 4, a lot of people consider this to be that next-gen gaming experience that a lot of us have been craving. Well, somehow, over the course of the last 24 hours, people have been getting ultra early copies of the game, physical discs, and just popping it into their console and playing the heck out of the game. Now, first and foremost, obviously, I'm incredibly jealous. I do not have a review code yet. Sony, if you want to send me one, I'll be sure to make a cool video. I am going to review the game, and I'm very excited about it. But this morning, I woke up to see this tweet by Okami Games saying, "Major God of War Ragnarok leaks have happened overnight. The gaming leaks subreddit is literally nothing but Ragnarok spoilers. Time to mute those keywords." Now, I must admit this screenshot is funny. Obviously, everything's cleaned up here. You don't see any of these spoilers, but I had to go there myself. Thankfully, they have this thing called the spoiler tag. Right here, this is blurred out automatically, but there is a huge gameplay spoiler right here. There's a huge boss fight spoiler right here. It is bonkers to me that they've managed to let so much creep out. I mean, in the modern age of social media, I do kind of feel like that's part of what this is that everybody loves the discussion of video games as much as playing them now. I've said this in previous videos, but I do feel like the experience of video games have certainly changed. Now they do a teaser, they do a big reveal, they show off a bunch of gameplay. The conversation, the hype, even discussions of pre-order countdowns is part of the gaming experience at this point. So if somebody manages to find an early copy of the game, people used to do this back in the day. Like, obviously, I'm an old man. Like, way back in the day, people were leaking freaking Gears of War months early, or, you know, all sorts of random Uncharted clips and stuff like that. That stuff would creep onto the internet, but back in the day, before there were, like, major Twitter accounts and super famous YouTubers, that stuff was kind of just, you know, tiny secrets. It was forum posts and stuff like that. Whereas now, people really enjoy not just the clout, but the ability to share stuff before you're supposed to have it. I do want to make it clear that I have looked at all the spoilers. I did look at a lot of the leaked gameplay. This stuff is deep game craziness. And I do want to say, in a very spoiler-free fashion, it looks freaking incredible. Anybody who even attempted to say God of War Ragnarok is gonna be DLC, you guys are cope. Like, God of War Ragnarok, now that I've seen so much raw freaking gameplay, it looks absolutely perfect. Anybody who's even attempting to say that this is just some stupid Sony cash grab, you guys are cultists. This game looks absolutely grandiose. I just looking at the gameplay, obviously I've not tried it myself yet. It does look like Game of the Year material, which is a very high bar because I put 500 hours into Elden Ring. I'm still playing Elden Ring, and I do think that from a story and lore standpoint, and even a gameplay standpoint, God of War Ragnarok may surpass it, which is just bonkers to even consider. Now, the wrinkle to this entire situation that's kind of funny to me is that people have somehow decided to stir up these leaks in a way to involve it in the console wars. Some people online that are incredibly bored mostly seem to be, it seems like there's a lot of Xbox dudes, and I'm not trying to stereotype here. There's a lot of people who only own an Xbox, which I'm not hating on, but they don't have any games to play this year. You know, they have great third-party stuff. I see a lot of Xbox people tweeting about, you know, the next Halo Infinite update or something like Gotham Knights, something like that. But they don't have like a big, huge game to be hyped about. So for some reason, a lot of the most die-hard, obsessive Microsoft fanboys seem to be laser focused on hating God of War Ragnarok and ruining the experience of PlayStation gamers. I've actually seen bot accounts that just spam God of War Ragnarok spoilers. If you even tweet about how you're excited about the game, they will automatically reply with a lot of this leaked gameplay, these major boss fights, these big reveals, simply to try and ruin your experience. To those people, touch grass. Like, I'm not a doctor, but if I was a doctor, I would prescribe you a lot of grass, because certainly you're at the very least vitamin D deficient. Just put a little bit of sun on your skin. I'm blown away. As somebody that now has looked at every bit of the spoilers I possibly can, it does seem like these leaks have seemingly come from Mexico predominantly, which is kind of funny. A lot of the gameplay clips have Spanish subtitles. So, I mean, all of this, though, I think the conversation here is about to get incredibly interesting coming up here in, I guess, 2 weeks. We're officially 2 weeks from the launch of God of War Ragnarok. I believe reviews for the game are dropping here in just a couple days. The original review embargo for all the major journalists is approaching very, very soon. And I think, honestly, it's going to be a very interesting time because, well, I mean, I really enjoyed stuff like Gran Turismo 7, despite its stupid microtransactions. I super enjoyed God of War 2018. I'm obsessed with Spider-Man, and I'm excited for Spider-Man 2. I loved Horizon Forbidden West. I do think that what we have on our hands now is a true contender for best PlayStation game. But maybe I'm overhyping myself. Maybe I'm getting too excited because of how epic a lot of this stuff looks. Okay. Taking a deep breath, taking a step back. I love you guys very much. Thanks for watching this video. If you want to try and avoid all spoilers, now is the time to probably mute the term Ragnarok, because I'm sure a lot of freakazoids are about to be spamming every picture they possibly can and trying to mock what looks like to be an utter masterpiece. But what do you guys think about it? Are you excited for God of War Ragnarok, or does this just seem like a big old mess to you? Tell me your thoughts in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, give it a big old thumbs up, share with your friends, and subscribe if you haven't already. And please keep dreaming. Also, here's a drunk picture of me as Waluigi from a party last night. It was very fun. I'm a very bad Waluigi. People kept walking up. This is dead true. People kept walking up to me at this party and going, "Are you Wario? Do I look like Wario? I'm wearing a purple." You know what, weirdos? Do I look like Wario? Thanks so much for watching that video. If you want to see something else, you can always click this link to see what I put up last, or, you know, subscribe and see what's coming up next. Also, I promise that whatever I do, it'll try not to suck.